Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. This is another assembly video of the 1971 Honda SL125. This work was done at least a year and a half ago back at my shop in Chelmsford, Massachusetts. And I think this is, when I got done with this video footage, I just let the project sit there. I think I had some problems with the wheels, the spokes on the wheels. The set that I had ordered 6 years ago and then tried to put on the brand new rim didn't fit or whatever, so I just got frustrated and I just left the project sitting there, and I continued on with it once I moved down here to North Carolina to my new house. So I believe this is the last of the footage from Chelmsford on the Honda SL125, probably, possibly on anything. So it's kind of a, what do I do? The forks and, well, you'll see if you watch it. Not particularly interesting video, but that one is a full restoration, and it's very tedious doing, all the little things. So, thanks for tuning in, and appreciate you watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Okay, update on the rear wheel. My first thought was I could just take the spokes that were too long and cut new threads into them. So I bought $40 worth of dies and this little tap thing. And then I did some more Googling and found out that these are not cut threads on a spoke, they are called rolled threads, which means that like on a bolt, this diameter is thicker. This diameter is the same as the outside of the thread, the up and down pitch, right? So the up part is the same size as this. The valleys are smaller than this on a cut thread on a bolt, right? So on this, they somehow press it and roll it so that the outside is the same size as this piece. I'm sorry, the inside is the same part as this side. The valley is the same size as this, and the peak is more. Oh, maybe I could draw that. Alright, so you have like, here's the rod part. And so it goes up, right, like that. So the valley, the smallest length, is the same as the width of the rod part, and this is greater. On a bolt, it's like this. So you can cut more threads on a bolt. On this, you won't be able to cut anything because it just goes. There's nothing to cut. So you can't make a spoke shorter by cutting more threads and cutting off the end of it. Doesn't work. So I said, all right, I'll go with new old stock. So I ordered 2 sets of 10. I need 18, but they only sell them in sets of 10. Same company. These ones are the correct one. I measured them. They're 171 millimeters. These ones are only 150 millimeters. So they're wrong. Can't use them. The tag says that they're the correct one. I double checked it on Partzilla, and these are not the correct old stock spokes. So I just ordered, they have these on Partzilla, they don't have these on Partzilla. So I ordered these from Partzilla, another $73. I think these were like 60 bucks a piece, something like that. So I have to return these and now wait again. Partzilla takes forever to get your stuff to you, but it is what it is. Alright, so one thing that I have to deal with is this bike did not originally have turn signals. And I do want to actually try to ride the bike. And I had a Honda SL125 with no turn signals and rode it on the road. This was like 4 years ago. And it really kind of sucks because you have to use your hand to do the hand signals. and at the same time you have to do the clutch, and you slow down and you want to take a left, and you're kind of like trying to do the clutch and use your hand, and then when you want to take off, there's a car behind you and you use your hand and then you take it back. It's just way better to have turn signals. So I bought a turn signal wiring harness when I 3-4 years ago, whenever I ordered all the parts for this, and turn signals, and there's no mounts, and I've seen them mounted right here, and I think that's going to look just fine. So I have to drill these out carefully so I don't ruin the get some grommets out of my generic grommet box. And oh, that's not going to work, is it? That would work. Just crush the grommet. Yeah, why not? Maybe about cut part of it off. That'll work. I'm gonna stick these parts in the locations where they go. I think I'll leave the fender off of it for now in case it falls over. That's what it's going to look like. Alright, so I've got this headlight, which I'm pretty sure I tested previously. Don't have a 6-volt battery at the moment. That's another thing I guess I could do, is do that. Well, whatever. I gotta. So this rim is all rusty, but I have a nice new one here. So, let's see. Flathead, flathead, flathead. Cleaned up the junk around the headlight. So let's see here. Alright, so I've already found myself in need of a 6-volt power source. Fill battery with acid using red filling tube. Seal battery. Charge. Okay. This is acid. This is acid. Remove and discard red vent plug before filling with acid. Okay. Alright, so I'll just let this sit for an hour and then I'll charge it. Alright, so about 8 months ago, I sent the fork lowers, some engine covers over to a guy in England who does polishing, who I found on Facebook, and he does amazing work. So let's see if I got amazing work. It's funny that the fork lowers fit into this box. Wow. This is the clutch actuator arm. I wish I had the before pictures. I don't know if I have any. I think I took some pictures, but I mean, this was just crap. That looks amazing. Okay. Okay, that looks great. Fork leg. Wow. Look at that. It's like glass. You can see yourself in it. so that one's awesome. Wow, look at that. Beautiful. All right, let me put some of these things aside so you can look at it. Wow. This is nicer than the whole bike. Look at that. Amazing. This is where the tack drive goes. I have all those parts somewhere. Beautiful. Wow. Yeah, so here's an example of what I sent him. Something that looked like that. That's what a pro can do with this polishing. Unbelievable. Wow. This is the magneto cover. I'm not even going to take it out because I don't want to scratch it. Awesome. Wow. And then this is the chain guard, the sprocket cover on the engine. Just go like that. So the engine's going to look pretty damn nice. Alright, so these are the ears that hold the headlight bucket on. They're held in on each side of the fork. And there's these reflectors, which I found reproduction ones. Very nice. Let's see. Yeah, well, this is the problem you have when you buy this too good to be true stuff. So this has like an M5 bolt on it. This has an M6. It's about the same exact size. It looks good. I think it even has Stanley on there. Made in Japan. I'm sure this was not made in Japan. Anyway, I can use these old ones. This one's a bit beat up, but I think it's alright. I can use the new rubber piece. I think. Yeah. Okay. And close enough. Let's see if I can get one of the forks back together. Took a little while because they're not conventional like all the other ones. They're a little different. So I had to go through my manual a bunch of times. I still can't figure out exactly what they're from, but I'm going to just go for it. So I got these nice new tops. These ones aren't in the worst condition. Not the best. Okay. Got new seals. I hope they are the right one. Okay. Oh. paid for that. I wouldn't say that's a very good shock. Well, there's one anyway. Oh, come on. Alright, so these hand controls, the wires go through the handlebars and come out the center here. So you got to thread them in. Every one of these I've done, it's always a pain in the ass. I've got a wire here. I'm going to pull in the wire to pull it down. I've electrical taped up this end to kind of get around the wires. I should probably do more, but now I've put grease on it. So I put grease on it to make it slide better. Let's see how it goes here. So this is the 50-year-old wire cover here, which is kind of hard, starting to go in. I'm going to film this because it's just the same thing, just me wiggling it in. Alright, I think I've got it. This is just one of them, of course. Alright, there's one. This is the weaker version, the turn signal version. The one that I have that's stock, it doesn't have the left-right turn, it just has a horn button. And all this horn button does is go to ground. Right, so we got turn signal power, left and right, blinker, and horn. I think this one will just snake down there without any help. Let's see. Nope. Okay. Got it on there. Let's take a look at the speedometer situation here. So these are the originals. Definitely usable. Well, that's kind of banged up. This is a replacement set that I bought 4 years ago for however much it was. You can see like the original bulb holders are not very good. What I was thinking was if I could get, I mean, it really looks like it's the same exact outer casing. Maybe if I can take the guts of each of these and stick them inside here. I don't know how easy it is to take it apart. Let's see what I can do with it. This one's in kilometers, and I don't want kilometers. This is the original bracket I had powder coated. Looks okay. And I think that goes right there. Testing the speedometer. Okay, that works. That works. Made a little bracket for the rectifier to sit on, so it's away from the air box a little bit. I think it's fine. Alright, so I'm making a command decision here. I'm going to put the turn signals right into the headlight. This isn't the actual headlight bucket. The headlight bucket is red, but this is one that I had powder coated. Yeah, it doesn't want to go in over here because this thing's in the way, I think. Oh, it's bent. There would have been a bolt there. It seems like it's hitting against the bolt. So the headlight adjuster screw kind of sticks out. I think it's hitting against that, but it might just be kind of, the headlight bucket might just be misshapen. Yeah, okay, it's just misshapen. Alright, yeah, I think that's going to work. Have like that, signals on each side, it'll be fine. I did some surgery on the old Speedo and tack. So here's the old cases. That's the tack case. You know, it's got Mars in it from where the bike had been dumped over the years. This is the Speedo, and you can see the plexiglass is mucked up. This is the new tack mechanism mounted to the old plate, which was all rusty, and I wire wheeled it, and then I put Rust-Oleum paint on it. So I was just going to leave them and use these chrome rings, but I said, you know, I spent the money on the new Speedo and tack. Why not use as much of the parts as I can? So here's the Speedo, the base. This gets hidden inside this chrome ring here. So I just use black RTV to secure it in place. And both the Speedo and the tack work, so that's good. So I'm going to put that together. That should be done. I got some U-channel here for a gasket on the air filter element cover. This is some battery acid. I ran out of battery acid for this battery here. I've also been making up some wires. I made these up for the headlight. Some jumper leads for inside the headlight bucket, because this bike did not initially have turn signals. These are for the horn. And yeah, I took the rear part. So this piece here is original, and this is how it grounds out the this part of the taillight. You just put that through one of the screw holes, bolt holes. So this has provision for taillight, brake light, but not turn signals. So I need to add, that's the ground for the turn signals. So the case is the ground, and then there's two wires, or there's one wire for the back ones. And so I got to add some wires that will go the length of this, because it needs to come basically. This is where that loop goes. This loop goes right here. So these are the wires that go to the back. So I got to go like there somewhere. So I need to add some extensions for the turn signal wires. I think this is the turn. Yeah, this is a turn signal wire. And that would get it around here. That might be long enough. Maybe I'll mock it up and see. It might be long enough the way it is. So these are kind of some of the smaller stuff. I got the engine over here. I got to finish the engine. I got to finish the wheels. Next thing I got to do is I got to get the front wheel trued and put that on there. Yeah, so you see this front brake handle mount, and how there's only like one little slot in it. You have to slip it on like this. So what do you think I had to do? I had to take this all the way out and pull the wire out, put it on, thread it back in. Oops. Alright, and then this is the front stop switch. So when you put the front brake on, it is supposed to light the brake light up in the back. This is a street bike. Well, half street bike, half dirt bike. But I don't think it will ever be ridden on the dirt again. Nothing is easy. Hey, yeah, well, thanks for watching. Like I said, that's the last of the videos, I think, from Chelmsford. I am standing here in my new garage shop down here in Raleigh. For the first year, I worked out of the existing garage, which was kind of run down, and just wasn't enough space. And so I had a garage built. Very uneasy about having the new garage built because, like a lot of people, AI is coming from my job, and I don't know how much longer I'm going to be making a good salary. I might be bagging groceries instead of wasting my money on motorcycles. But for now, I still have a job, and I'm going to continue working on this stuff and making videos. So, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again next time. Thank you.